What's up, everyone? Welcome to stream number 2. It is Scotland taking on the English. Should be a cracky game. The Calcutta Cup is back. Pro should kick off. Amazing anthems from both England and Scotland, especially. Gorgeous stuff. Jan Pretorius, Azut, Vineyard. Good to have you back with us in the second stream as well. Should be an interesting game, this one. A bit nervous, a bit tense for it, but we should see sparks flying high and good performances from our respective teams. So I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good game. And Scotland about to do the countdown for the kick of it. A great lamb chops on the grill before I ever. Oh, you legend, HJ. I just scoffed down a burger quickly. I'll get some lining in the stomach before we get going. So we are kicked off. Scotland's got the ball. By the way, for those who are watching 2010 to the Stormers over the Sharks. How's it, buddy? Get on, son. There's 4 a.m. and he's got the lamb chops on the braai already. Bloody hell. Nice. Sharks are Stormers are dominating the Sharks today. We got England versus Scotland. 0-0, just kicked off. Can the English do it, or can Scotland surprise us and get another Calcutta Cup? Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. I look forward to. Look at the burger sky. Hey, it's quick enough. I got that down in probably like 3 minutes.
I don't know why Darren left. Darren was not out much.
4 minutes for the Sharks game. England on the attack. Eh? Oh, sorry. Looking at driving the ball. England moving forward. Come on. Solid ball, solid defense from the Irish. Sharks on the attack on the other screen as well. Do move forward. Tap forward. Come on. Come on, lads. England going forward to it. Well, so the local reception wasn't too bad. So was another tap with 2 Scots and a couple of English Irish boys.
Good evening once again.
Yeah.
I am here indeed. Awesome. I'm gonna have to shoot myself a bit more this one.
Huh?
I'm gonna have to shoot myself a bit more this one. I've got shots that are in my full view of the screen now. Well, I can see fine enough. England's line out. Roughly just outside or just inside Scotland's territory.
England looking at flying quicker.
Indeed. Scotland doing decent work with the clean-outs.
How much was the burger?
It was 54 bucks a shot.
Huh?
54 bucks a shot.
What?
54.
Yes.
It's not that bad.
It's actually not bad. 54 chips. Decent amount. Actually, that's not bad though.
Penalty to Ireland, to Scotland. Especially if you're here. Sorry, that was a little bit of the previous one. I should take a little bit of garnish and a bit of sauce. And it was a cheeseburger basically, so it wasn't much. And then obviously chippies. Even though the facial expression says a lot, she's still great. So Scotland on the counter attack here. The Scottish are coming along.
Hey, DJ Billy Bob. Is that cup is a crack?
DJ Billy, welcome to you there, laddie.
Seriously, it's the last one for tomorrow. I say goodbye because I've got the gym.
Even I believe that is Clippies and Coke in Mason's glass there.
They finally accepted my contract, so I start Monday. So, last day in a bit with Brandy.
Unfortunately, the referee has called a knock on. Cheers. Cheers to everybody. And the Scottish absolutely massacring the English. How about 54 zip to the Scottish over the English? That would be fantastic.
Phenomenal, shut myself for shit, Gareth.
Gareth. Shout out there to Gareth.
You thought you're going to be...
He knows I'm here. I told him about it. I told him we're live. I didn't know we're live streaming, but he knows that I'm here with you at Hotspot and Warmer. I said to him I'll be home at about 10, 11 o'clock tonight. Last Jedi, I hope you're wrong. I hope Scotland absolutely massacres the English. Matthew Bell, I say Scotland. 29. And I'm going Scotland to win by 7. 27-20 over the English. I see the Last Jedi says he reckons that England could be too strong because they're holding the grudge since the last game. We're still awaiting the ball to come back into play. The score is still 0-0. Thank you, John BKK. Welcome to you too, there, laddie.
Hey, John. Welcome back, Gareth. Thank you. Good to be back, man.
How many pounds of donation are you going to give us today?
You had the same thing as me.
I had the same as we had the same there each day. Shot there, Gareth. Free kick to England.
Hey, you're going to corrupt my stream with that language. I've said it enough times. Guys, can you change that or
You just scan the room.
Is this case finished?
It's just finished. The game's over. I think, well, team gets fit as much as they do. Ball still coming into play. We're awaiting the Scottish. A scrum down to England. No, John. It was a sad day for Welsh rugby.
John's Irish.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a sad day for Welsh rugby.
I feel that Jima doesn't feel his team sometimes.
And it's a penalty to England.
I'm jealous of my team for being so.
As long as the team are being looked after.
Oh shit, they get drinks. They got it. Oh, my taps are higher. Mario beat me too. That's today, so I just said, okay, you can have it.
We'll see, maybe I'm going to pay for my own top then. Because I've noticed Kazu doesn't always put my drinks on your bag. Which is good. Dion Fourie, man of the match. That's a good one, that H-Tech. Oh, it is. I don't want to report the G Nation to HR now, i.e. Chantal. Ahoy there. Tell me, is the Engelbrecht and Grieve over here, or are they missing in action? England are on the counter-attack here. Knocked on by England. Scotland will now start the counter-attack. Hoof down the park. Now England on the counter again. We look as if we're watching a little bit of ping pong here. England back up to 10 yards outside inside Scottish territory. And I think I do sound as though I'm starting to sound a lot like Bill McLaren. I don't know what you guys think, but I think there's times that I do sound a lot like Bill McLaren. Scotland clear the ball. The late Sir Bill McLaren, I think, would be proud looking down. Hearing the Scottish accent being sounding just like his one. England on the counter-attack. England, oh, it's been trained up by the Scottish.
Come on, Scotland. Defend better, boys. That's better. That's better. That's all. Guys? Let's do 6.
Yeah, 206 is the rugby here. Scotland are still on the defence. A Toji. Very small screen.
Come on. England's got to get up there.
England on the counter-attack.
Good defense.
Sharing the link.
So on well, could be on 2-1-1 now for the
No, it's going to be from 7:15. It's going to be on 2-1-1. Currently on channel 206, guys.
What's that? It's 207. Carry 16. On breaks 9.
Johan, the game's going to be on 2-1-1 from 7:15 onwards. Thank you. Shot G, man. Sorry, I didn't realize you said it. Oh, it looks as if there might be a TMO check here. The crowd's baying about something. Just awaiting the referee to get play underway again. It looks like the medics are on the field here at the moment. For both sides, I'm not sure which side's player had needed a bit of attention there. Oh, it looks like it's the Scottish scrum off that needed attention after a shot to the face. No worries, Johan. Scotland on the defence. They're inside their own half, 5 metres from England's try line. They have to clear their lines and they have to get to the right places, the Scottish. Make sure that England doesn't get this ball. Goes over the top. Scotland, clear the lines.
How good was Stormers copying the ball?
Mursabas.
Well done,
Well done, Stormers. Well done. Yeah, didn't see the game, but they were fraught. They'll have to make a comeback next week, I think, against the Bulls. Have to wait to see what the Stormers do against the Lions, because I think both sides, well, Stormers will have won. Maybe the Lions will be smarting from that loss to the Bulls. Well, apparently it wasn't a loss, it was a hammering. And in the 12th minute of the game, still no score here on Scotland and England. And there's a substitute made for Scotland. It looks as if it's either an HIA. Ali Price, head injury assessment, leaves the field for Ben White, going onto the field for Scotland. England have the line out. Just inside Scottish territory, or just outside Scottish territory, heading towards Scottish territory. Inside of it are the English, heading towards the 10-yard line. England's come off, prepares for a box kick. Will the Scottish field it? Van der Merwe. Johan Van der Merwe, South African born. White gives it off. Watson. White again.
I've lost the story. Oh, that's exactly what you said. Hello, Bertie. Gareth lines must be rid of their main sponsor service. If you just wait for that.
Nice one, Musa Babalas. Thanks, Bertie V. Appreciate that one. Evening, Bertie V again. Scotland clear their lines now. Back for the rugby. And what a kick! I think that's a 50-22. Could be a Scottish ball. 50-22. Just about. Ali Hogg, the captain of the Scottish, already bleeding for his country there from the top of his head. Thanks, Bertie V. Appreciate that. That was well spotted. Apparently, somebody asked for us to show the game. Bertie V answered. I don't know who. I didn't see the comment. England still have the ball. Now they're have just kicked the box kick. Van der Merwe taking the man in the air, I reckon. Or has he gone back to a penalty for England? Back to a penalty for the English. People here like it too when it goes loud. I know, sometimes I am too loud. Bertie V indeed. Let's go Scotland.
We don't have a lot of people there. We don't have a lot of comments for that.
Nope. So England have a penalty. And they're inside. Pardon me. The English are inside Scottish territory now. England on the counter again, just between the 10-yard line and the halfway and the 22-meter line of Scotland. Scotland defending like Trojans so far. Scotland should have a penalty here for holding on. I think they've just won a penalty for holding. No, instead it's an English penalty. Saying the player was not released in the tackle, I think. Neil Botha, goeie naam. Ja, dit lyk vir my die haie was maar baie vrot geweest.
No, my boot. Take it easy. Wait for my walking to I know. We'll get there eventually. I'm still coming back. We're getting there.
And the decision from England here is to kick it goal from the English captain. I don't think Owen Farrell is playing in this game as a point of fact. I think he's out injured. He's out injured. Shucks, well, that's a blow. That for England. Not for the rest of Liverpool. For the other Six Nations. Marcus Smith lining up the kick and goal. And it's slotted by Marcus Smith for England. I'm working on changing the score. England 3, Scotland 0. So we've had approximately just over 17 minutes gone in the match. First points in the game so far, so that's pretty interesting that it took so long to get points. Points on the board for either one of the two sides. Lines cleared by Scotland, or by England. Scotland line out, just inside our English territory. Quick throw in by Scotland. Scotland on the counter-attack. White. Gives it off to... Oh, what a beautiful break by the Scottish. And it's a try for Scotland. Ben White has scored for Scotland. Beautiful rugby by the Scottish. Running rugby by Scotland. And Scotland have the first try of the game. The man that's come on as an HIA, Ben White, scores the try for Scotland. Tell me about it, eh? Ben White, what beautiful hands here by the Scottish. A beautiful break by the number 14 right winger. Gives it off inside to Ben White, and Ben White scores.
The bloody Scots are interrupting my wee. That was glorious.
Nah, sorry, Ivan. We're not on Swing Low. We're on Flower of Scotland.
Beautiful try.
Beautiful, beautiful try by the Scottish.
I'm going to throw them off now.
You'll have to go about every 5 minutes at least. At least you'll get a decent walloping out of the opposition. And it's slaughtered by the Scottish fly half. Already changed, my man. Yes. I gave it to you. Well, admittedly, even if I am on the Scottish side, I must admit that last pass from the right winger to the scrum half that scored the try, that was touch and go for being forward. Thanks, Bert TV. Appreciate that. Come on, guys. Follow Bert TV's example. Likes and subscribe. Woo. Scotland living dangerously. Oh, just managed to get a boot to it. The slightest. The goal line drop out here to the Scottish. England, nearly for a moment, lined up a drop kick there. England on the counter again. Marcus Smith. Oh, that looked like there may have been a slight bit of a tip tackle there almost. That's Sinclair to Tojay. Tojay's brought down. No. I'm not sure who was clapping, but it was definitely not me. I was getting excited in my voice. Marcus Smith gives it off. It's the penalty to Scotland. Once again, holding on by the English. Decisions for Scotland, but I think they will be going for touch. A little bit of a long distance to go for goal from here. It should be about 80 meters if he's going for goal. But instead they have opted for the kick for touch. Finding a decent touch finder here is the... yes, what a touch finder. Right into the English 22-meter line. Ali Price seems to be just warming up to head back onto the field in place of Ben Smith, that was the try scorer.
When you got here.
Scotland on the counter-attack again. They're heading towards the English 22-metre line. There's a possibility of a collapsed scrum here. Collapsed maul. White has it. Digging for it. Eventually gets it out. WP Nell, South African-born player. Scotland lose it forward. England on the counter again. Oh, goodness me. Ali Hogg has to go back to cover up. Oh, and it's charged down by England, which means it'll be a Scottish line-out, and that does not look good. That for the Scottish captain, for Hogg. He looked like he was rubbing his leg there. Doesn't look like a happy chappy afterwards. The Scottish line-out, defensive one, about 10 meters or so from the English line. Scotland at least have won their own ball. Seems as if there could be a penalty advantage here. Yes, penalty for taking the man out in the air. Look to me. Oh, the referee says it's jumping across. Penalty to Scotland. Surely Mara Itoje jumping across the line out. No, it's not. It's number 5 for England or number 6. It jumped across the line. Or across the line out. Come on, guys. Follow Bertie's example. I know there's only 8 people. It is a quiet stream, but it's all right. We'll get there. Let's see if we can get to at least, say, 20 likes per half time, guys. Come on. Let's go. Those of you that have friends and whatnot around the world, follow the example and send us across. As we go, Ali Price returns to the field after his HIA, past his HIA. So Ben White, the try scorer for Scotland, leaves the field. Scottish line out. Again, a quick short one. And this time the English wise to it and put the ball into touch. We're waiting play to continue. England have the line out. This time it's a defensive one for England. It seems as if somebody is busy getting some attention here. No, never mind. The English hooker, I think it's Jamie George, preparing to throw in the ball. Throws it in. Off it goes. Good defense here by Scotland, keeping England down. But England still already inside Scottish territory here. Number 5 of Scotland must make an attempt to roll away. Scotland making defense here. Watson makes the tackle. And it's kicked away by England. And it's Duan van der Merwe covering. Van der Merwe makes a counter-attack. He cuts through about 3 tackles. Now Ali Price gets the ball. Off to the fly half. Penalty to Scotland. Brilliant stuff there by the Scottish. Forcing the error. We're approximately 26 minutes into the game, 14 minutes to go to half time. Laidlaw to kick for not Laidlaw, what's his name?
Agreed, and Australian market. Another one for that too.
Nice one, Bear TV. I think Italy and France's ones are up there too. Got some very catchy tunes. I reckon probably one of the worst anthems in the world is probably Argentina's one, because it's not a song, it's more like a chant. Ali Price has it again. Playing it off to the forwards here. Ali Price again. This time he looks like he's preparing a box kick. And Ali Price has kicked the box kick here. England's caught it, but it looks like it has been brought to ground just inside the Scottish territory. Sinclair. Ball pops loose. England on the counter-attack, and it will be jotted down by Ali Hogg. 22-meter drop in for Scotland. Oh, correction, it's not a 22. It's a goal line dropout for the Scottish, which will be taken by Ali Hogg. If I were Alistair Hogg here, Mason, I think if you will agree, I think you should go deep here. Put England at as much pressure as possible. Although that was maybe not so stupid because they nearly won that ball back. That's also true on the other hand. Should have gone deep. That's true, that H-Dick. He said he was going to live stream these.
I'm not going to live stream. You do not take a video.
And England, Marcus Smith has found touch. Marcus Smith looks almost as if he's ready to cry. I don't know if you guys agree with me. Those of you that are watching the stream, if you're watching the rugby too, Marcus Smith, the English fly half, looked like he was about ready to cry there. That he was so upset with his forwards and with his fellow backs. I think it was more a case of he was upset with his forwards more than anything else, and his backs. H-Dick, yeah, that most likely will go onto TikTok. Ali Price. Oh, beautiful play. The Scottish kicked the rolling ball, put England under pressure, goes backwards off the English. Cowan Dickey has it. And it looks as if, oh no, the referee said it's backwards. Scotland are onto it. In a flash, WP now, but unfortunately he wasn't supporting his own body weight. And England's cut through them like a hot knife through butter. The scrum half, it's cut through them like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah, we'll see.
Marcus Smith has it again. Little dink across. Van der Merwe is out of position. But there was already penalty advantage accruing for England. Well, you've just lost your friendship again, buddy boy.
Working very early tomorrow morning. I'm coming with you. You're not going to be at it.
I be there before. When you did, before Sanchez came along, you put ice on the grass.
You're going to be awake. Okay.
So England's Marcus Smith finds touch. Instead of going for goal, England deciding to play positively and playing Padraig O'Barron. How's it? Padraig, you're Irish, aren't you? Well done, Ireland. I'm beating the Welsh. So it's the English that are about ready to prepare for throwing this ball into the lineup. It looks as if it's pretty wet there, PG Murrayfield tonight. Here's both hands. Here's both my hands. I'm innocent. Innocent as charged.
No, that's it, yeah.
England still on the counter-attack. They're about 5 meters out from the Scottish try line. And England.
Mario.
Italian stallion.
My name is Yash Mika. See?
I think it's
Say it again.
Yash Mika.
You're not gonna mistakenly call me Michaela, right? No, of course not. Because if you do, this poor cheek is gonna turn red.
I know.
Good boy. I like that we have this agreement.
Okay, good. It looks as if we have a TMO decision referral here. Looks like the referee's gone up to the TMO to check to see if this is a try, yes or no. Oh no, instead it's a goal line dropout.
You want some peanut butter? I can see it being real there, boy. You want some peanut butter? As long as nobody goes down on you. You want some peanut butter?
Good one, hashtag 3.0 indeed. Where's 4.0, hashtag? When's 4.0? England still on the counter. Scotland defending still fairly well here. Goes off to Sinclair. Now the English scrum off again. Penalty to Scotland, to England. Referee, I think, is saying there was hands in the ruck, diving over the top of the ruck by England. Decision time here for the English captain. Will he tell Marcus Smith to have a potted goal? His kick is looking pretty bang in front of the posts. With approximately 6 minutes, well, heading towards 6.5 minutes of the first half left here. Oh, there was hands in the ruck there by Scotland, and that is why there was a penalty that went to England. The referee is calling it a maul.
Crazy how close this game is. But yet, the other one I find more fun.
Yep, that's true.
I don't look at this fucking penalty.
Marcus Smith lining up the kick at goal.
Hurry up!
Distance showing 22 meters out from the touchline, from the try line, or from the posts. Bang in front. And that's Scotland 7, England 6.
Yes? How much? What about that one?
Scotland have kicked off.
On this tab.
35th minute penalty there for Smith for England. The English scrum off has kicked the goal, or kicks for a box kick. Now to the Scottish fly off. He's on the counter. Oh, sorry, the headsman. Ali Price. England's off their feet, and the referee has called England off it. It looks as if one of the Scottish has got one of the English players around his neck. That's a bit of dangerous play there by the Scottish, and that's not very wise. Finn Russell kicks it up and under. Hippianel makes the tackle. He has to roll away. England clear their lines. It's Hogg that clears it. Gets it again. Kicks a beautiful kick towards the... What's your nana? And Scotland have the net gain on this one. Scottish ball. Scotland has the line out.
No one must come here now.
No, just. Jeez. Smells like rotten eggs. Scotland on the counter attack. Back to the rugby. Price. Van der Merwe. Penalty to England. Van der Merwe, referee judging that Van der Merwe made a double movement. That's it, Bert TV. You tell them what to do, my bud. That's it. That's what you do with them. Smash that like button and hit the subscribe button if you're new.
Are you vaccinated?
Yeah,
Of course, you can come to the cricket.
I'm doubly vaccinated.
Good. So by organising tickets, you can extend the game.
Yeah, I can attend a game or two.
But you're not allowed if you.
If you're not vaccinated, so what do you have to be able to produce your vaccination certificate? Let's check it out. Maybe you might have
I'll
to.
find out. Right.
Hey, of course, next weekend you're going to be working at the Kraken.
I don't know how I'm going to stream this.
Not going to be able to. It's going to be difficult.
Give you the logins and shit.
Even that. No problems. Penalty to the Scottish. There you go. There's the people that were clapping. My bad when the Scottish scored. You found the culprits. With approximately 2 minutes left in the first half, you have Scotland, England. The current score, as you can see on the bottom left of your screen, 7-6. Finn Russell kicks for touch, and Scotland are back inside English territory. Current possession, Scotland 34%, England 66%, territory, Scotland 24%, England 76%. Surprisingly uneven on the possession and territory stakes, despite Scotland being ahead by a point. Scotland burrowing in for it. WP now goes burrowing forward. Now the Scottish hooker went in. Ali Price gives it off to Finn Russell. Scotland on the counter. They're playing that beautiful counter-attacking rugby again. Alistair Hogg. Counter-attacks. Ali Price. Off it goes. Price gets it again. Russell. Penalty advantage. There's a penalty advantage there, I think, for Murray. Tojo not rolling away. Finn Russell gives a little dink ahead. No advantage. Penalty to Scotland. Decision time for the Scottish captain, Alistair Hogg. Greatly. That's an interesting new one for what happened there. It seems as if Ali Hogg has decided that he will line up a kick at goal. That's a good song, that indeed, HJ. We've just approached half time.
Two still very sensitive, my man. That took a long time.
We've just approached half time. Perhaps that is why.
I'm going to make a decision.
Perhaps that's why HJ.
Very clever song.
Perhaps that's why Ali Hogg has told Finn Russell to have a kick at goal. We're on the verge, on the stroke of half time. Whether this kick misses or goes over, unless it hits the post, it's half time. I reckon he's going to get it. He has slaughtered it. Scotland 10, England 6.
The second half is going to be big.
Indeed, it's going to be massive. We've approached that time of the day of the game again. HT, half time.
Well, that guy looks like Robbie Williams.
No, it does look a bit like him, eh? Half-time in this match between Scotland and England has been pretty even, Stevens.
Fail.
Indeed, Bertie. Yes, please, Scotland. Please, guys, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you're new. Those of you just joining, look on the bottom left corner of your screens. That's why you're looking at my beautiful face at the moment. And there's not much happening on the field. It's half time. The first 40 minutes of the game are gone. Fill up those glasses. Have a good drink. Have a good bit of fun. Dulls indeed. It seems to be what Scotland's game plan seems to be at the moment. It seems as if Eddie Jones might be running out of a few ideas at the moment what to do. Indeed, Scottish baller too. It is a nervous first half, and as G-Man said a moment ago, he said it's going to be a big second half, and I fully agree with him. It is going to be a big second half. It's not just going to be big, it's going to be a massive second half. Thanks, Bear TV. I'm just trying to help you out, my bad. Thank you. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. So Bear TV says, oh yes, Mario, you tell them. Interesting first half so far, or rather, correction, an interesting first half has concluded with Scotland scoring the only try of the game, and ironically, the reserve scrum half that scored the try that came on in place of the scrum half that started the game that went off for a head injury assessment. So, would England, or rather Scotland, have to wait for the second half before they get a second try, perhaps even again through the same player? Smash that like button indeed. Follow HTech's example, guys. Like button and subscribe if you're new. Been some beautiful rugby by both sides. Less exciting, or a little bit, yeah, probably a bit less exciting than Ireland and Wales's game. That's it, Bear TV. We need to get him to 23k followers. Let's go, guys and girls. Let's go.
No, that's my fault. I took our
Oh, well, you couldn't exactly help it either, eh?
No, I needed to. Otherwise, it wouldn't be good content.
Exactly. So, I don't know why we're looking at an advert of the British and Irish Lions.
See what I mean?
Oh, it's an advert where John Smith was involved, man. They were showing adverts like John Smith and Victor Matfield and those guys.
Oh, Bryce.
Man, isn't it an SAB advert?
Oh, yeah.
Might be an SAB advert. Jan Reinel, it doesn't seem like the Sharks can do much with all these signings at the moment, but it's still early days, eh? Still a long way to go. The competition only ends in June. Doesn't end now. So still a long way to go. Still a lot can happen in that time frame. I think it's also going to be quite interesting when the box squad gets announced for our June internationals and at the later stage for the Rugby Championship, is to see whether the same faces are going to be playing or whether we're going to perhaps see a few new faces in the box team. Could be interesting, but at the moment we have international rugby of a different status with Six Nations, which is just going to be very interesting. I think nowadays with Scotland being the way they are, they might just make for a fifth team that is making it a possibility to lift that Six Nations trophy for the first time. Or rather, being a first time for lifting it and creating a fifth team that's won the Six Nations in history. In its brief history of, 10 years, 20 odd years. So very much interesting times with the Six Nations, especially with Scotland. We'll see how much of an impact the bench will have. See? How much of an impact do you think the bench of both sides will have with Scotland and England?
Actually, I think it's going to be interesting.
An empty glass, the liquor is there, and it's full of shot.
I reckon that either England or Scotland's reserves, fly-offs and scrum-offs are going to be crucial in this, especially considering that Scotland's reserve scrum-off is the one that scored Scotland's only try so far. Going to be very crucial with the Scottish. So we've heard it from the man himself, G-Man, reckoning that his team that the bench will be crucial to both sides, as it is in most international rugby games nowadays anyway. Never mind internationals, probably even provincials and everything else too. Sorry guys, just having a little bit of a quiz there on the phone of some of the things that's happening there.
Sure.
Weird stuff there that happens, get random emails and whatnot, weirdest shit ever. I don't know where they get a person's email address and whatnot from, but it's all these weird people. But be it as it may, cheers to rugby and cheers to international rugby taking place today. And by sheer luck, I've got a Navy shirt on for Scotland today to support the Scottish. Sorry, Ivan, I know you're English, but yeah. We're waiting the second half to start. Seems to be an advert of extreme proportions at the moment, extreme lengths and whatnot. Seems as if times could be pretty interesting in this year's Six Nations. There's a few teams that could spring a surprise. Most likely to spring a surprise this year is most likely Scotland. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see when that happens. As we await the second half to begin.
Smash it. It's not 3.0. That's a fact.
I do not have to change it.
But it's a nice looking 3.0.
I do not have to swing the channel now to 211 or 201. Perhaps this advert is going to be on. Is it maybe a documentary of some sort?
Is it an ad?
I'm not sure if it's an ad or if it's a documentary.
No, it's ad.
Oh, it's like hanging a long ad.
Hi, then.
Bear TV, I think it's going to be interesting times ahead, but I don't think Six Nations rugby is going to improve our rugby. I think we should stick to playing rugby championships. Yeah, rather keep. I mean, it's a rivalry that's as old as time itself with the All Blacks and the Wallabies. And yes, I mean, I think it'll be very interesting. There's a comment from HT for you, bud.
I don't want it just yet.
Hashtag, you saw the first one, thank you.
I want the 3.0, but right now I'm still enough from 2.0. It'll take a long recovery. But tomorrow, after tomorrow, we'll have an idea of where I sit with 2.0. Obviously, nothing's going to happen, but
Indeed. think I'm just going to hand you back to G-Man for a moment.
Guys,
See?
everyone just check the rugby squad just got it.
Let's just make doubly sure for us.
Just check for me. Go back up. Yeah. Go back. Now go back to 206. There. Yeah.
201, yeah. It's most likely where it's going to go on, yeah.
Cool. That's right.
That's the one shot, guys. Another comment for you, bud. From HT.
Fair enough, but someone find me a 2.1, then I'll be happy. Right now, I don't see a 2.1 right here. But it's not much around.
And then Bertie answering your one.
I can't go across the road because it's too awkward.
And of course, Bertie, I agree with you there. I think we would have been better off in Super Rugby, but at the same time, I think Russia's idea wasn't so stupid. It was actually quite clever. Because at the same time, we're getting used to the playing conditions in Europe, whereas the New Zealanders and the Australians and Fiji and those guys, they're not going to get used to the same conditions as what we are. The softer fields, heavy rainy conditions and whatnot.
Does she have
What is that guy?
That's a blind date. What's called a blind date?
You want to take a risk at night?
Well, it's going to be here. It's going to be somewhere here.
Oh.
So I'd rather be here. Look at Eugene, look at Gareth, look at Kaiser, instead of looking at this.
Yeah, it's Dick, yeah. I don't think he's paying much attention to what's happening right now, my friend. Just awaiting the second half to begin. What's your guys' take on the Curry Cup this year? What's gonna be interesting?
That was.
H-Dick, we'll have to wait and see you. We'll have to play it by ear there, my bud.
Yeah, not 500 thing. I don't have money right now. Unless you guys want to do donations, no problem.
Yeah, they have to donate first. Make major donations.
Kaiser, can you see it on the bottom of the phone, please? Kaiser?
Yay.
So we're just awaiting the second half to kick off again. We currently have Scotland 10, England 6 at the break. Tomorrow, France versus Italy. I think it's approximately 5 p.m. South African time, which would mean if you're in the UK, it's 3 p.m. there by you. Europe, 4 p.m. Next Sunday, Italy take on England. Wales take on Scotland next Saturday, and France take on Ireland next Saturday. 10 to 5 tomorrow afternoon, Italy take on France. H-Tech, yeah, no, Daddy Eugene has gone to the rescue once again, indeed.
Do you want to get sprayed with the sanitizer? Do you want to get sprayed with the sanitizer? Gareth, unpause. I take care of you when you are drunk. By the way.
And now the teams have just come back out onto the park. And the razzle-dazzle of talking nonsense can leave us. And we can go back to talking proper rugby. We're just awaiting the second half to kick off now. Ali Hogg has brought Scotland out of the pitch. Finn Russell will be kicking off for Scotland, kicking off towards England. Just awaiting Finn Russell to have the kickoff. Finn Russell has us underway.
She got my leg.
England on the counter attack.
Stop it! No! I can't do it! Go on.
It's kicked straight into Hogg. Hogg gives it off to, I'm not sure what number that is that's gotten it now. Ali Price.
That's Sandy.
Ali Price has it again. Coming out. Scotland preparing for a box kick here. Yeah, Bertie, they're struggling with the playing conditions and the refs and whatnot, but that's part of the idea is that we get used to it for the Rugby World Cup next year. England break out on the counter. Marcus Smith gives it off to the number 12 centre for England, off to number 14 for England, the right winger. That's it, Bear TV. Do your job, please. Let's see if we can get to at least 35 likes by the end of the game. Last Jedi, I feel sorry for you, but I think it would be good for Scottish rugby if they win the Six Nations for a change. Ali Price has it now. Box kick from Ali Price. It's lost forward by England. Scotland are back on the counter. No advantage. Scrum down to the Scottish. Lost forward by the English fullback. Ali Price will be preparing to feed the ball into the scrum. Just heading towards 3 minutes into the second half with Scotland and England. Referee just setting up the scrum now. Referee says the scrum's gone down. Reset scrum for Scotland.
I don't have an estimated time of the live. And I get you number to call
Scotland still awaiting Ali Price to feed the ball as the referee resets the scrum for a second time. Free kick to England, early engagement. Free kick to Scotland, early engagement by the English. Van der Merwe. Price. Finn Russell gives a little rolling kick. Oh, what a kick by Finn Russell. Puts England under pressure. How's it, Aaron Raines? Kumutsta. Yeah, they've got it hopelessly wrong.
Oh, they obviously know better than that. This is as quick as his work.
Last Jedi, it would be nice to see Scotland pulling a bit of a trophy. And here comes Scotland on the counter-attack now again. Instead, there's a penalty to England. Obstruction by Scotland. Sy is op as stuk af vanaand by maar. Sy is op as stuk af vanaand by maar.
That's the ball.
England's Marcus Smith kicks for touch. English hooker prepares to kick for touch. Prepares to take the line out for England. England still down by 4 points, trailing by 4 since half time. We're in the 6th minute of the second half. The referee is just blown again. Seems as if he's not happy with the gap there between the two. Bertie, we're on the 46th minute at the moment, buddy. Last Jedi, I agree. Otherwise, we'll never hear the end of it.
45th minute. 46 minutes.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
46 minutes gone now, Bertie. And England will try and maul it up. Instead, Scotland have halted the maul. Now hassles Bertie. Smith has it. Now he has it.
Bring it on. I'm waiting. I'm ready.
England still on the counter-attack. Penalty advantage yet to England. Looks as if the referee has called side entry by Scotland. There's a penalty to England. Lost forward by England. Referee saying the man was not supporting his own body weight.
Bloody rude.
Last comment back from HT.
That's it.
Yep.
And it looks as if, yes, Marcus Smith has called for the potted goal, and so is the English captain.
HT. Yesterday.
We'll wait this kick to go, but it should go straight over the bar. It's pretty dead on. Let's see if we can pinch him. Shouldn't miss this one. He should sneeze it over. And indeed, Marcus Smith does sneeze it over. Scotland 10, England 9. English do look a little bit stressed out over there, the coaching staff. Kicked in deep by Finn Russell. Onto the English number 8. Is it number 6? Number 6 for England, sorry. The scrum off. Kicks a box kick. The waiting play to continue. The referee starts setting up the line out. Scotland will have the putting to the line out. Time in opposition 22, attacking dominance 0.07, 2.06. Possession, opposition 22, 2% to 98%.
You are not talking about it. You are not talking about it.
It was Finn Russell, Ali Price. Gives it off to the number 1 prop. Ali Price again. Now gives it off to Hamish Watson. Price again. Russell. Finn Russell gives it on the inside to number 14. Price directing the traffic again. Ali Price gives it off to one of the lock forwards. Oh, never mind, one of the flanks. Ali Price again. Finn Russell. Finn Russell tries a little dink. Unfortunately, it will be charged down by England, but it will be a line out to Scotland. Yeah, Flesh. Penalty to England is ringing in your ears now, I can imagine. Well, is penalty to Ireland still ringing in your ears, Fleshy, or has that one left you already? Scotland will be on the counter. It must be weird for Peter de Villiers wearing the Scottish jersey after having played international rugby for the French. Scotland have got the maul rolling. I think the referee has just told Sinclair to get out of the maul. He could have just as well had a Scottish jersey on. He was hopelessly on the wrong side. Scotland still going forward at a snail's pace, but they're going forward. The referee said, take it in. He showed the scrum off. Use it once. He never did. And there's another South African preparing to come onto the park, an ex-South African. Pierre Skuman will be preparing to come on. Aaron Rainey's, I can only imagine it's tough. I know it was tough for us too. George Turner enters the fray for England, for Scotland. And Stuart McAnally comes on. I'm good. Pierce Coman comes on in place of Xander Fagerson that was playing in number 3 the whole time, and I'm thinking he's WP now. Yeah. Especially Einstein will ask you.
My phone is behind the bar, I've got nothing else to do. I might as well look at the freaking pictures.
It looks as if WP Null has also entered the fray officially. Jersey number 18 for Scotland, WP Null on. H-Tech.
Hey, 3.0. Look, 3.0. Told me. 3.0. The Lucian, Dennis, and
Dungus and then Dungus and then Dungus. Penalty to England again. Thanks, TV. That's good. Indeed, it is, Fleshy.
Oh, you don't have to pull my shirt every time.
Yeah, well, I don't want to interrupt you.
Say hi, Daddy.
But TV said something to you, right? He made a nice comment towards you.
Daddy Eugene is busy. And he doesn't plan on saying hi, just so you know. He goes.
It's family friendly.
Yes, you haven't said hi.
You did when you walked in with the first stream.
Direct. We direct. You did. You said hi, Daddy. Now.
Yeah, I did.
20 hours later.
England still on the counter attack.
Oh, you took your side, Eugene. You took your side. Read it.
How's it,
Oh
Exeter?
no, it's a try for England.
Bertie, Fleshin, how's it going, guys? Yes, I am very busy, guys. Sorry. I'll be back when I can.
I need another drink.
England 14, Scotland 10, and Scotland look as if they've gone to sleep in the second half.
Not on Monday.
Gino?
Took my bloody money.
Answer from BerTV. Oh, where are you, G? BerTV.
Darren?
Yeah, I think he is busy all the time. BerTV says hi, girl. BerTV says hi, girl.
Hi, girl.
You obviously noticed who she is. We'll have to introduce you to the channel, my bud. Hashtag no comment.
Oh, we'll see. I think it's very soon.
Marcus Smith about to try and convert his own try. We're 14 minutes into the second half. I think he's not going to get this one. He's not Owen Farrell.
I'm done.
He has missed it.
Got it.
Missed.
Let's go. Part of us.
4 points the difference with approximately 25 minutes to go in the game.
No balls, but no balls.
That's good. That's good. No, good, mate. How's this for? No buzz. But we have video queue with dozens of pretty girls. That's nice. Enjoy it, Aaron. Jeez. England still have it. They're inside Scotland's 22. Or inside their own 22, rather. Box kick by the English come off.
Someone could donate to me on the channel and then we can make it.
Stuart Hogg thinks about a quick one, doesn't throw it in quickly. Awaiting the Scottish reserve hooker McNally to throw this ball into the line out. Fired across. Whoa, horrible play by the Scottish. Cleaned up by the right winger. He's cut through them like a hot knife, but he's broken through about 2 tackles. Ali Price. Finn Russell. McInally. Ali Price again. Russell. Hogg. Hogg starts dancing through a few. Okay. Here comes Hogg again. Now it's across. McInally has it. Oh, sorry, it's not McInally. It's jersey number 6. Price. Jersey number 5. Russell. Price again. Now Russell again. Beautiful hands here from the Scottish. McInally. Off a break. Ali Price. Pierce command. Ali Price. Finn Russell. Over to one of the locks. That's beautiful hands by the Scottish. Over to one of his centres there. That was right on his shoulders. Sitting on his shoulder beautifully. Ali Price. Pierce command again. Breaks through 2 tackles or 3 tackles. Ali Price again. Has a bit of a sniper and is lost forward by the Scottish. And England will clear their lines. Stuart Hogg does magnificently well there to keep that ball in play and to clean up his own mess. But unfortunately, Scotland are right back in their own half again. Never mind their own half, they're inside their own 22. Ali Price waits for the ball to come out of the scrum, or out of the loose scrum. Good man, H-Tech, good man. You keep going strong, my buddy. Scotland have cleared their lines. England still, though, inside the Scottish territory. Approximately 22 minutes to play, 4 points the difference, 1 try apiece. Magnificent work there by Ali Hogg to keep that ball in play and to fool a English defender or 2 there before eventually Scotland semi-clearing their lines. England have the line out. Referee still telling the 2 backlines to stay away. They need to stay back 10 metres. As Scotland make some decent defensive meters there, but then England gets it back. And it's lost forward by England. And Scotland's got it. This is beautiful hands here. Here come the Scottish on the counter-attack. It goes backwards, unfortunately. I think it will go back to scrum. Scottish ball.
Legend, you fucking legend, H-Tech. Thank you for your support, man. Always grateful.
I think it's going to go back to the Scottish scrum. for a knock on by England. Then the English knocked it on and then they didn't gain a fair advantage. Scotland's scrum, I think. Having a bit of a look here, possible early tackle was perhaps a little bit high. There could be a penalty here coming to the Scottish. Potentially a penalty coming to Scotland, maybe for a high tackle. I think I'd go for positivity, go for the try. I know points is also a good thing. At the same time, oh, that's not good. That's for Scotland at all. They've got a player here. They've just signalled for the stretcher. I can imagine you really want to see the karaoke, H-Deck. Sorry, no karaoke for you tonight, buddy. Jamie Ritchie off.
I have a video of it. I'll send it to you again.
And on Magnus Bradbury for Scotland. Bad TV also says, yes, please. The clock's standing still on 59 minutes and 2 seconds. The Scottish dignitaries looking on Queen Anne, as well as a few of the other dignitaries, probably the Scottish Prime Minister. This is not good, this for Scotland at all, as they have a player that's going to have to be stretched off the field. H-Deck, his last comment. It's about bad things, man.
What? Hey, if I had money, I will be there. I'm waiting for payments.
Good man, Bear TV. You do your job, buddy.
I'm going to the end of this month.
Smash that like button and subscribe if you're new. Scotland's jersey number 6 leaves the field injured. Marcus Bradbury comes on in his place as we wait the injured player to be removed, and it looks as if Scotland have brought on a few more of the cavalry. Sam Johnson leaves the field for Scotland, jersey number 12 for Simone Tuipolato, jersey number 23. Scotland need to make sure that they do clear this ball and that they do get hold of it very quickly. Otherwise, if England get the lead, yeah, there's problems. Sinclair has it.
Friday, bud. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I think it's 3 weeks, I think, in a row. 3 weekends in a row.
But one weekend, because I'm doing that active job, is in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to do a couple of weekdays as well. So, I'm going to be busy, man.
Lost for a penalty, Mr. Rep. That should have been a penalty that to Scotland. Sinclair picked that ball up from a knock-on in an offside position. Lost backwards by Van der Merwe. He makes a counter-attack here for Scotland. Goes cutting through the like a hot knife through butter. Scotland approaching the halfway line. Oh, penalty to England. Diving over the top. The Scottish captain, Ali Hogg, it's supposed to be a player with extreme experience, goes flying over the top. Stuart Hogg goes flying over the top. How stupid do you do that? Once a player has made such a break, but you go and fly over the top of a ruck and concede a penalty. Discipline, Scotland. Discipline, discipline, discipline. It's dreadful. Oh, well, dreadful by Marcus Smith not finding touch there for England. And That was a total fail. Marcus Smith up and under. And Van Russell has lost it backwards and picked up by. Now it's Bradbury. England's won the ball all of a sudden. I don't know how the English got hold of that ball. How did that ball get out there without hands in the ruck?
That was carried over.
No, I don't think so. No, he's gone back for a penalty to England. No, he's gone back to a penalty for the English. I don't know what for. It's that flippin' Aussie ref again, man. That same guy blew the Springboks to shreds a while ago.
Arsenal, they got the Aussie ref of the year.
Yeah, that same idiot, I think. That talking.
Nick Berry.
I think it's Nick Berry, yeah. I think it's him.
Aussie ref of the year.
Ah, the heck, you must have surely bribed somebody at Rugby Australia or something, man.
Last time we heard about this, I got it on a high. Let's not call it.
Looks as if England will be kicking for goal here. Marcus Smith. Scotland continuously conceding penalties in very kickable positions for the English. If this kick goes over, I think the game might well be seeing its career for Scotland. Marcus Smith lining it up now. He should slot this one because it's bang in front of the poles again. He hasn't indeed done so. Scotland 10, England 17. The English leading away from home by 7. But England bring on the cavalry. Marcus Smith is among those that is subbed by a player that has lost games for England before. Scotland kick it off deep. England are inside their own half, inside their own quarter. The English scrum half. Waits for the ball to come out and preparing a box kick. That'll be a line out to Scotland. Joe Marler has entered the fray there for England. McAnally is about to throw it in for Scotland. Oh, the referee has given a free kick to the Scottish. England's replacement Sinclair off, Will Stewart on. And Scotland have gone clever. They've called for the scrum. Marcus Smith off, George Ford on. George Ford has lost games before for England. Lewis Ludlam has also left the field for England. And on comes Alex Dombrandt. Bertivi indeed. Come on, Scotland. Let's catch a wake up here, Scotland. Skinner on also for Scotland here. Referee's gone, reset scrum. Scottish ball again. Ali Price has exited the field, and on comes the try scorer of the first half, Ben White. That came on as a HIA assessment earlier. With approximately 15 minutes to go in the game. Ben White. Looks left and right, then Van Russell gives a cross kick. Duan van der Merwe. Broken through a few tackles there. Scotland on the counter attack that plays up. Beautiful rugby now. Ben White again. Van Russell. Again a cross kick. This time for the right winger. You may well have jumped across him. There might have been some foul play here by Scotland. And I think there might be problems here for the jersey number 14 of Scotland. He definitely didn't make any attempt to bring the guy. McAnally has it at the boot of the scrap of loose ball. Ben White. Finn Russell gives a little bit of a rolling kick. What a kick! It's a 50-22. It should be a 50-22. It should be Scottish ball. 50-22 rule. 50-22. Oh wait, no, never mind. It wasn't inside his own half. It was inside England's half already, but it's still a good kick. Got England under pressure. Indeed, Barrow TV. Let's go there, laddies. Let's go there, the Scottish lads. Let's go and steal the Scottish line, the English line out and score another try. And England's hooker is in the sin bin. That looks as if the scrum off is going to. Oh no, one of the props, Joe Marler, will be throwing it to the line out. Ball didn't go 5 meters, Mr. Ref. Scottish ball. England still currently, free kick, definitely ball didn't go 5 meters, so Scotland's call. Scrum down. England are a man short, now they've got to bring somebody on off the bench to play in the scrum off, or in the hooking position. Scottish are bloody clever. They called scrum now, they've got a free kick because Joe Marler doesn't throw the ball 5 meters. Now they've called scrums, and now England's got to bring a player off the bench and replace him with a loose forward. Still got to be a man short for another 6 minutes. A little bit less than 6.5 minutes, England.
How long left?
There's about
11 minutes.
10 minutes, just over 10, sorry, about 10 and a half.
69 minutes and 30 seconds in. Well, 17 now with the break.
Temporary replacement, 16, Jamie George on for the number 8 of England.
Now I get why.
Bear TV, indeed, what a kick that was. With approximately 10 and a half minutes to go in the game. For those of you wondering, like Info Warrior. Come on, Scotland. White prepares to put the ball into the scrum. Penalty advantage. No, the referee says reset scrum. Ball falls, the scrum falls to shreds. Info Warrior, Scotland actually hasn't been dominant in the second half. We're a little bit more dominant in the first. But Willie Bradshaw, check in the bottom left corner is the score for you. And there's a penalty to Scotland. Approximately 9 minutes to go. Go for touch. You've got them right where you want them. They're a man down. They're a man short. Or scrum again. Referee's going to get fed up. He's going to go second penalty try. No hassles, Info Warrior. Looks as if Scotland listened to you, my bud. Going for the 3. Finn Russell. Well, so far, I don't want to jinx him and put the commentator's curse on him, but so far, Finn Russell has looked like he's had his kicking boots on. I'm serious, he does.
Did you see that video of Mark Nicholas jinxing David Warner from getting 100? I'm going to blitz it.
I think I did hear about that one. I'll see about that one.
I'll send you the link. I can put it if you miss the half.
Well, it'll be my fault.
Hang up!
And Russell has slaughtered it. Scotland take the lead by 3. England still down by a man for another 3.5 minutes after Jamie George was Sinbin. Correction, the first choice hooker was Sinbin. Jamie George has come on in his place. And it'll be a Scottish, no, English line out. Hang on a sec.
Hey, Stick, is the meat off the grill yet, mate?
Indeed, RTV. Get in, Scotland, get in.
Take the meat out and freeze
Indeed, I stick. Bro, haal die vleis uit die yskas uit. Hy steek uit honger. Scotland scrummed out. Lost forward by England. 7 minutes, my bud. 7 minutes. That's what I said too in Warrior. I also said they should have taken that. Willie Bradshaw, mooi. Brei nou. Ons is klaar gebrei. Ons is besig om Engelse vleis te brei. Ben White feeds the scrum. White again. Box kick. Partially charged down by Murrayfield for England. But England's being held up. Look at the Scottish holding up the English. I think it's a Scottish scrum. Good man, H-Tech. Good man. Oh, penalty to Scotland. When Russell finds a decent touch finder. Murrayfield was offside. He was camping offside. Murrayfield is one of those players where the minute he walks onto the field, he should be sent to the sin bin. Because he camps offside just like what Richie McCaw did. I didn't quite see. McAnally. That looked like a high shot, that by England of McAnally. White. Russell. McAnally again. Bradbury. White again. Off he goes to one of the locks. White again. Van Russell trying to get the back line going. Go Scotland indeed, Uncle Roger. Let's go Scotland. You do that. Make these English cry like little babies. White. P.S. Cummins. White has the ball again. Russell. WP nil. Not rolling away. Penalty advantage to Scotland. White again. Horrible pass. Never mind. Kick for goal. Scotland, kick for goal. Smash that like button, guys, and hit the subscribe button if you're new. Let's get to 20 before the end of the game. That's very true, that Info Warrior. Info Scotland win, then Ireland are in a good, beautiful position to win the tournament.
They need to beat Scotland first.
Indeed, they do. They still got to beat the Scottish.
I'm happy with these Ireland Scotland. I love both of them.
Yep.
But I really want Scotland.
Yep. looks as if we have a TMO appeal over here. The referee's gone upstairs to the TMO. Possible foul play against England, I suppose. Could be against them, yeah. On for England.
Sorry, that's my fault. I hate the cards.
Info Warrior, yes, we did watch Wales and Ireland.
Oh.
The Irish absolutely massacred the Welsh. 29-7 was the final score. Has there been foul play? That looked like there was a late charge there on one of the Scottish players. Ooh, could be neck roll against Scotland. Could have been a neck roll. It's a bit stupid that. That pass also looked a little bit forward, eh? I don't know if there's been foul play, but I think there could be a neck roll against him.
That's normal drive out.
Yeah, but if you look at where he's got it, number 7, I think Hamish Watson has him around the neck. It seems as if the referee has... No, he hasn't called play on just yet. High tackle. Penalty to England.
Hopefully no card.
No, it's not very far from the try line.
Hopefully no card.
I don't think so. It doesn't look like it. It's like penalty only. Jamie George will prepare to throw the ball into the lineup for England. Has George Ford perhaps lost another game for... Toje's got it now for the English. Referee showing the backs that they can come in. Scotland still doing a good job of holding up the English too small. And the mover. Takes about 3 English to bring him to ground. Right.
3 minutes, please. 3 minutes.
Yep. Penalty to the English. Holding on. Throw anyone? Throw anyone?
Not a bad thing.
No.
It's still outstanding for Scotland at the end of the day.
Soft boy. Come on, the Scots. Let's go, Scotland.
No better try.
Oh, they're trying to play positive rugby.
Not a good kick, though.
No, it isn't a great kick. Scotland have to defend like demons now. You've got to defend like demons.
Gareth, stop it, man. I can do you operation. That's twice now.
Info Warrior, that could be interesting. Ivan.
Yeah, if Scotland were all.
Scotland's got the ball by the looks of these. Yes, they do.
2 minutes left.
Just under. Come on, Scotland. Scotland, Scotland. Finn Russell clears his lines. It's a straight down the English fullback's throat. This is an exciting young fullback, but it looks like there's a bit of accidental offside there by the English. That pass looked a bit forward to me. There's a bit of a high shot again by Scotland. Toje. Scotland had a go at the ball there. Here's Kuman brings the man to ground. And he snaffled it. Scotland have won it. No, it's been lost forward by Scotland again. Scotland locked it on. Gareth can run. He clearly doesn't know who he's cheering for. Now suddenly the knockout by Scotland is clapping hands. Indeed, Info Warrior, but it's a bit late. They haven't listened to you.
England's ball.
Final play of the game. Matt Ferguson gets man of the match. The Scottish eighthman gets the man of the match. Indeed, HT. Wow, go Scotland! Jesus, music stopped at just the wrong time. I'd say there'll be 4 or 5 minutes added seeing how competitive the game has been. Info Warrior. Well, it could be Info Warrior. England preparing to bring on courtly laws.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
TV is not ole ole just yet. I think he's cheering the Scottish on with ole ole Scotland, ole ole Scotland.
Yes!
Yes!
Maybe it isn't, mate.
Not yet. The referee is not blown it just yet. Don't jinx it, Bert. Well. Sloth boy Gareth will do the G-Man will do the karaoke. I don't do karaoke. Sorry, buddy. Shut off. Goal on for England. Hashtag says, get that microphone. It's singing time. Come on, Scotland. Tight head. No better time for a tight head than right now. Scrum collapsed again. That 360 rule looks as if it's disappeared. 360 rule looks as if it's disappeared. I've noticed if they say 360.
No, it's got a nuts.
That's it, Sloth Boy. We'll do that for you, laddie.
Yeah, it is one.
Yeah, well,
Celebrate. It's coming. Should have a bells.
Extra special Scotch whiskey. Oi, give the smaller bills. But let's just make sure we're not celebrating too soon just yet.
Let's not get too cocky. That's what I mean. I'm going to twin.
Penalty to England. Wait. He's calling the two front rows forward. Yes, this ref looks like a dwarf with all these props and locks. The scrums piss around him, man. Shot, buddy. Good man, Sloth Boy. That'll make our night too. Come on, Scotland. Come on. We're 3 minutes overtime. Final play of the game. Whoever loses the ball or knocks it on or whatever, it's game over. Looks as if Scotland have taken it. That's it. That's it. Ref, that's the ball game. Not the ball game just yet. Well, this referee's clearly bought shares in England or something.
What the fuck is he doing? What is he doing? Start. Wait, rest, waste your time. We're live now.
No, not yet.
See, that's 362.
Yeah. Dexter, it should have been game over, but the referee hasn't given it game over just yet. LMC 139, let's go Scotland from Canada! Scotland! Let's go!
Wait. I'll see you tomorrow. Because we've got prize.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same
What
place.
tight, Italia?
Got it, Timmy. Cheers, guys.